It's not the algorithm, it's not luck. Most people don't grow for one simple reason. And often people will blame things like bad thumbnails, or they'll blame having the wrong niche. They say that their niche is too saturated or it's too competitive. And they'll also blame the fact that they don't post enough. And these are valid points, but it's not the real reason why people don't grow on YouTube. The real reason is actually a lot sadder than that. It's actually quite heartbreaking. So the truth, the real reason why most people don't grow on YouTube is because they quit. And they quit too early. So you're probably familiar, you've probably seen it at some point in your life on social media, online. There's this image of a miner. So a miner underground in a tunnel, okay? It's like a little 2D like image. And he's mining away, chipping away, looking for the gold, okay? And I think actually in the image there's two miners sometimes, they do it that way. So at the top, there's the miner chipping away, and we can see that he's literally just a few inches away from the gold, okay? And then there's another miner below him who's at the exact same point. Now, the miner above decides, do you know what? I'm looking back. How far have I been digging here? I've came across nothing. I've not been rewarded for my efforts. I'm just going to go home. I'm going to quit. I'm going to pack up and I'm going to leave. And he heads home. And then literally the next day, the miner underneath him, who's chipping away, he strikes gold. Okay, he is paid off. He gets his reward for all of the time and effort and energy, all of the sweat that he's poured into digging away at this mine. And that image represents exactly what I'm talking about. That is the real reason why people don't grow on YouTube. They just quit too early, and it's heartbreaking to think about how many people are out there who have put in so much effort, so much time. This is their dream. They had a dream that they wanted to make it big on YouTube. They wanted to get some level of success, whatever milestone it was they wanted to reach. And they just quit too early. And that's why their channel didn't grow. So we need to understand that YouTube is a long game, okay? We're not looking for overnight success. That's highly unlikely. There's unicorns out there, and everybody likes to point at the unicorns and say, look at that person, they started their channel, they put out their first video and it blew up, and I can just go and do the same. I'll just do the same video. Go and do that. Go and do the exact same video that they've just done. Post it, and I'll put money on it that 99.999% of the times you're not going to go viral. You're not going to blow up. Okay, they are the unicorns. That is not the norm. Okay, they're the exception to the rule. But the rule here is that YouTube is a long game. Okay, so we have to understand that before we're starting our YouTube journey. We have to lower our expectations. We have to be realistic and understand this is a long-term thing that we're building up for. So the YouTube algorithm is going to reward persistence and clarity over time. Okay, so just because you've spent a lot of time, like say you commit to like 5 years, and you're like, 5 years I'm going to post and I'm going to be consistent, I'm going to post every single week. That's fantastic. Okay, but you're still not guaranteed that YouTube is going to reward you, because if you're not focusing on clarity, if you're not focusing on clarity of your message, clarity of audience. And what do I mean by that? By clarity of message and clarity of audience, what I mean is having a focus, making sure that your content is aimed towards a particular person, a particular group, a particular niche or theme, as you'll hear it referred to. We don't want to send mixed signals to YouTube. We want to be super clear, super focused, and that clarity combined with the persistence of you showing up, you're going to be rewarded for that over time. Again, it's not going to happen in a week. It's not going to happen in a month. It's probably not even going to happen in a year. Depends what your goals are and what you class as a reward from YouTube. But it's going to take time. It's going to take persistence. It's going to take clarity. So I have been on this weird YouTube journey for 6 months now. Okay, I have my first channel, which is like a travel channel that I started 6 months ago. And then I have this channel, which is my personal brand channel, where I'm looking to help new creators, aspiring creators, actually gain traction on their YouTube journey as well. And I'm going through the very same thing myself right now. So I actually fell for a lot of these common traps, these common pitfalls, and I had to change my mindset pretty quickly in order to actually start, not only to stay sane, but also to like move towards getting results and being realistic. So what did I change in my mindset looking out to my YouTube journey? So I stopped focusing on quick results. We all want to put out a video and get views instantly. And it's actually super common when you're starting out on YouTube to get not only 0 views for your videos, but 0 impressions. So by impressions, what I mean is every time you go on your YouTube feed or you're watching a video and there's like suggested videos at the side, any video that's shown to you, you don't necessarily click on it yet, but it's shown to you, that's an impression. Okay, so we always get more impressions on our videos than we do views, because maybe you'll get 100 impressions, which mean 100 people have seen your video thumbnail and your title, but let's say 10 of those 100 people click on your video and they actually watch the video. Well, you'll have 10 views. So you then have 10 views and 100 impressions. So the impressions are always more than the views, but often, all too often, when you start on YouTube, you start posting out content, you're not only going to get 0 views, you're going to get 0 impressions, and that's totally normal, okay? Remember, this is a long-term thing. This isn't a short-term thing, it's a long-term thing. So let's stop focusing on quick results. What I started to think about was my YouTube journey, my YouTube progress in 30 videos or 100 video milestones. So what that means is that I'm not looking to make a video and post it and I'm going to get lots of views. No, I'm actually just focused on making my first 30 long form videos, and then I'm focused on making my first 100 long form videos, okay? Because it's going to take time. There's a whole bunch of reasons. I've got loads of other videos on this just now about, I'm actually doing this 30-day challenge myself. I'm uploading educational content, motivational content based on YouTube, helping new creators start their journey. I'm doing that for 30 days. I'm posting long form content every single day, okay? And at the end of those 30 days, I'm going to look back and I'm going to see the results. I'm going to see if YouTube trusts me now and if they understand who my content is for. But that is helping me avoid burnout, even though it sounds nuts because I'm posting 30 long form videos in a day. I'm actually taking steps to make that more manageable by batching videos and stuff like that. We can talk about that in another video, but that's keeping me sane. It's helping me avoid burnout, and it's helping me actually stay sane and stay focused on what's actually important, is getting those reps in and putting out those videos. So we have to start thinking about our growth, our YouTube growth, like compounding interest, okay? So just if you understand compounding interest, the growth is very slow at the beginning, okay? We don't grow quickly at the beginning, but that shifts to exponential growth over time, and that's what exponential growth is. So if you imagine like a graph, okay, linear growth would be going from here straight up, okay? The compound growth, the exponential growth that we're going to see is going to be slow growth to begin with, but then it's going to start picking up exponentially and it's just going to go straight up. And the reason that happens is because we've shifted our mindset and we're looking at it in 30 video milestones, 100 video milestones, then it's going to be 200 video milestones, and so on and so forth. And we're building up that library of content. We're putting out valuable content out there so that when we start actually getting impressions, and then that leads to us getting views, well, guess what? We have this whole library of awesome content that our viewers, our audience, and that's starting to become more and more targeted as YouTube gathers more data on us and starts to understand who to show this content to. They are going to binge watch your content, and that's amazing. That sends fantastic signals to YouTube that we know that these type of people, these viewers, enjoy this channel's content. So we're going to show that to even more people who are like them, and they're going to binge watch the content as well, because you've built up this library of content. You're not looking to put out that one hit wonder, because that's not going to be sustainable. So most creators actually give up in the silent phase. So the silent phase is like your first 20 to 50 videos. Okay, so even reaching 20 long form uploads is a fantastic accomplishment. Congratulations for doing that. Hats off to you for reaching your first 20 uploads. That is a great milestone, but you're not done yet. This is a long-term thing. We want to make this sustainable. We want it to be enjoyable. We want the audience to benefit from it. We want ourselves to benefit from it. We want YouTube to benefit from it. So it's a win-win-win. Okay, so we're looking at this from the long term. So most creators give up in that silent phase. They'll put out 20 videos, maybe to 50 videos, something like that. And they just look and they're like, I've put in all this work. I've done, look at everything I've done, and I'm still getting no views. And that makes sense. It makes sense to quit at that point. If you just think about it pragmatically, if you just look at the results, you're like, I'm putting in all this time and effort. I'm not getting rewarded for it. Why am I still doing that? It's like what is that old saying, adage about insanity? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. That's true, but we also have to zoom out and understand, like we just spoke about, this is a long-term thing, and there's so much content being put out on YouTube. The algorithm has to trust you. It has to understand who you are. Do you have some sort of credibility, which is going to happen when people view your content and stick around and engage and share and comment and like and subscribe. But that's all going to happen over time. It takes a long time for that to happen. We can get lucky, we can be fortunate, but it's very rare, very rare. So we don't want to be like those creators who give up in that silent phase. So what do we do about all of this? Well, we have to, sorry, I'm just going to shift my notes here. Apologies, I'm doing this new system. I'm just working off of bullet points. I used to do scripted stuff off an auto cue. I don't like that. This is a new style. So if I'm looking down, I'm looking at my bullet points to keep this valuable for you guys. So what do we do about all of this? So we need to reframe our perspective on this whole thing, okay? So the early videos that we post, those first, say, 30 videos or 50 videos, that is training data, okay? We're training the algorithm. And those earlier videos, they're training data not only for the algorithm, but also for you as well. They're going to let you find your voice, carve out your identity. They're going to help you understand where you can make improvements, incremental small improvements. They're going to give you more time, in the game, more time on camera, more time editing, more time in the ideation phase. You're going to level up your skill set, okay? But it's really training. It's training not only for the algorithm, but for you. So we're not looking to get results. This is just like a warm-up, okay? We're just warming up here to the good stuff. So if you can reframe your perspective and start looking at it and, a 30 video milestone, 100 video milestone, forget about looking for quick results and keep that image in your head of that miner in the tunnel. The one who persisted and was focused on his goal, he's the one that got rewarded and struck gold. The one who decided, do you know what? I've had enough of this. I'm going home. I'm packing my bags. He put in all that time and effort and he got nothing for it in return. So it's not about going viral, okay? It's about staying consistent long enough for YouTube to know who to show you to, okay? But before YouTube will show your content to anyone, YouTube has to trust you. And I've actually made a whole video breaking down how you can actually earn YouTube's trust. So if you want to find out how, click this video here, and I'll see you guys on the next one.